Some creatures can generate and control energy with no harm to themselves. The electric eel on Earth, giant dry worm of Antos 4, the fluffy...
Spock's contaminating this boy, Jim.
I've known other women. Daphne, Cassandra.
Maybe don't bring this up on your first date.
Bragging about his conquests.
Hey, my name is Yahel, and I am joined by my best friend Mike, and we are trudging along with episode 2.
You really emphasized best.
Well, it's mostly for your ego.
Did I not thank you enough for the gift you got me the other day? Meaning last night. It was my first Star Trek shirt. Very excited about that.
He slept in it. He loved it so much.
I did. And this is the next day. Yeah, we're excited. We enjoyed the first episode of season 2. It was a fun episode.
A mock time.
Yeah, a lot of heavily Spock, heavily Vulcan, but some good different stuff from Kirk and Bones.
We got to see Kirk's boob window shirt. That was exciting. You thought he had gained weight, but Shatner was like, no.
It looked a little tight around his belly.
I got to be honest, there are times when he wears a girdle, supposedly.
Okay.
So we'll see how often he's shirtless as the series goes on.
Well, it happens to all of us.
But I don't know about you. I'm ready to dive in. It was an exciting first episode for season 2.
It was a good start. And let's see where we're going next.
All righty.
You look a bit tired this morning.
Well, I was up all night working on this report, sir.
Well, in that case, there's nothing like a wee bit of coffee to get you back in shape. Join me, Carolyn?
They do drink a lot of coffee at the Enterprise.
Just let me give this to Mr. Spock.
I'm not sure I like that, Jim.
I like to think of it not so much as losing an officer as gaining...
Come on.
Actually, I'm losing an officer.
That was great.
Kirk has been so much lighter in these just first episode and a half. Than...
Sensors indicate no life forms. Judge, no reason for contact.
Captain? Captain, that thing's a giant hand. Is it a hand?
No shit, Captain.
Not a projection, sir. Field of energy.
Hard about.
Yeah, I would recommend moving out of the way of the giant space hand as well.
You know, they went from a peaceful morning to... Oh. That was a good bump.
That was great.
We can't move.
I like that opening.
That was a fun opening.
Yeah, because you open light.
Little bit of comedy, and then you...
And then you get into the peril. By the way, you had... during the season 1 wrap-up, one of the things Mike had mentioned that he wanted to see more of was seeing these characters maybe get some love interests. And funny enough, first episode, Spock's wedding.
Yep.
And now, Scotty. I like this intro better with the vocals.
Again, I find it interesting they put McCoy last now, right? Yeah.
I mean, this is one way to save on special effects.
Mr. Sulu. Try rocking the ship. Full impulse power forward and back.
I like how he hesitated there because he seems uncertain.
Yeah. I don't think he's ever been in this situation with a giant hand.
He's like, I've dealt with a lot.
No results, Captain. We're stuck tight.
Despite its appearance, that of a human appendage, it is definitely not living tissue. It is energy.
It's just a coincidence. It's a
It just
hand.
happens to look like a hand.
Wonder, does he know him?
Maybe Kirk slept with his daughter.
You are most welcome, my beloved children.
Are you responsible for stopping the ship?
Yes,
Give it back, then we'll talk.
you have the same fire, how like your fathers you are.
Ooh.
Agamemnon, Hector, Odysseus.
Never mind the history lesson. Release the ship.
You will obey me, lest I close my hand.
I like this is a chess match again.
External pressure building up, Captain.
Oh, he meant it literally, lest I close my hand, huh? Kirk's not affected by the pressure. Everyone else is.
That's why he's captain.
That was your first lesson. Remember it. I invite you and your officers to join me. But do not bring that one. The one with the pointed ears.
Got another Vulcan racist.
This is a time to rejoice, not to fear. You are returning home.
Interesting. I'm curious where this is going. Because he was saying the celebration and let's drink wine.
Yeah.
Like he's threatening them, but he's also not like saying I'm going to kill you or blow up the ship or anything.
He just wants to have a good time.
He'll do anything to make friends.
If we don't accept his invitation, we'll have a crushed eggshell where this ship used to be.
Strike orders.
Your boy Chekhov is here on the away team.
Sacrifice him.
My children,
This guy's jacked.
long have I waited for this moment.
You mentioned Agamemnon, Hector, Odysseus. How do you know about them?
I am Apollo. Earth, mother of the most beautiful of women in the universe. That at least has not changed.
Oh, Scotty's not gonna like this.
Zeus, Athena, Aphrodite, Artemis, we knew your Earth well 5,000 of your years ago.
Transporter room.
Your transportation device no longer functions.
That's happened a few times.
Yeah, of course it doesn't function.
What is it you want?
Just gonna ask that.
You will worship me, as your fathers did before you.
What does any god want?
You're no god to us, mister.
Let the lesson begin.
So the tree was like in the background moving a little bit.
Yeah, they've added a lot of stuff to this set.
Welcome to Olympus.
I did like how they had the camera though, like
That was cool.
going up as he was growing. I mean, this is definitely not like any other episode.
No, I'm enjoying it so far. I feel threatened by him, kind of like.
Yeah.
I can't contact the landing party. All frequencies are jammed.
Try to break through it, Lieutenant. Locate all life forms. I want to know what's going on down there.
He was the god of light and purity.
Obviously, he has some knowledge of Earth.
Whatever he is, sir, he seems to control a remarkable technology. You can't do tricks like that without energy.
Scout around with your tricorders. Find the source of that power.
I'm surprised that equipment works, you know? Couldn't he have just...
The scanners,
He
yeah.
sees him holding them.
Yeah.
May I ask what you offer in exchange for this worship?
Life in paradise.
Not a bad offer.
Yeah, I've heard worse.
We don't bow to every creature who happens to have a bag of tricks.
Agamemnon was one such as you, until they felt my wrath.
We are quite capable of some wrath ourselves.
I have 430 people in that ship up there.
They are mine.
What you've said so far makes no sense at all.
You seem wise for a woman. You will know what it is to be a goddess.
Leave her alone.
I like how she challenged him, though.
Yeah.
You risk much.
And so
We were
do you.
about to get coffee.
Oh. Hey, Chekhov at least showed a little bit of gumption there. He tried to shoot him.
All the working parts are fused.
None of your toys will function.
This is one now I'm kind of wondering how they're going to get out of this.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, this Adonais guy's not so bad. Or Apollo.
He just wants his friends to have fun.
I don't know. This isn't so bad.
Come.
She's not going with you.
Quite the bump.
It's all right, Captain. I'll go.
She is fit indeed.
All the women characters are always written pretty strongly, even if some of the men say terrible things about them.
Benevolent one minute, angry the next. One wrong move from her and he could kill her.
It is true. He's kind of...
Yeah, but what could Kirk do
He's
to
going
stop
back
him?
and forth quick. I know. I think Kirk made the right choice.
Yeah.
I understand your concern over her, but you volunteered to go with him. She's doing her job. I think it's about time you started doing yours.
Ooh, I like that.
I want no more unauthorized action against Apollo, or whatever he is. That's an order. You could have gotten yourself killed.
I love how Shatner changed his whole expression to comfort him.
Say, 5,000 years ago, a highly sophisticated group of space travelers landed on Earth.
To the simple shepherds and tribesmen, creatures like that would have been gods.
Couldn't have been taken for anything else.
I like that Kirk figured it out already.
Yeah. Although I'm a little unclear in that explanation.
So Kirk is theorizing that Apollo, this guy, did visit Earth. So did Zeus and whatever, but they were actually aliens.
Okay.
But they were so advanced, the people took them as gods.
Gotcha.
Lieutenant, we must restore communications with the landing party.
I might be able to rig up a subspace bypass circuit.
Good, do so. If you cannot find out where the power source is, you should find out where it is not. Process of elimination.
The whole planet, sir? Yes, sir. The whole planet.
That's kind of like the Sherlock Holmes theory that we talked about in the wrap-up.
Yeah. The whole once you've ruled out
Yeah,
the
process
impossible,
of
whatever
elimination,
remains, no matter how improbable.
I've known other women. Daphne, Cassandra.
Maybe don't bring this up on your first date.
Bragging about his conquest.
Of course, a girl doesn't go walking with a god every day.
You think she's using him, or is she really
No,
falling for him?
I think it's very brave of her. She knows what I think she knows what she's doing.
Sure seems that way.
The Earth changed. It turned away until we were only memories. We need love, admiration.
You really think you're a god?
So is he kind of opening up about Kirk's
seems like
theory?
So we came home again. It was an empty place without worshippers. So we waited, all of us, through the long years.
I like he almost seems sad. Recalling this.
Yeah.
He's no Lazarus.
I'm enjoying his performance so far.
Yeah, I am too.
The gods took mortals to them to love, to care for.
Here we go.
We were gods of passion,
I like this music right now.
Yeah, it's great. It's building.
of love.
Don't show that to Scotty.
No. This may be where his drinking problem started.
Some creatures can generate and control energy with no harm to themselves. The electric eel on Earth, giant dry worm of Antos 4, the fluffy...
Spock's contaminating this boy, Jim.
Apollo taps a flow of energy and channels it through his body. Mr. Chekhov, I think you've earned your pay for the week.
There's an extra organ in his chest that I can't even make a guess about.
That was a good scene for Chekhov, actually.
I like that interaction.
Yeah, me too.
Where's Lieutenant Palamas?
She is no longer of any concern to you.
You bloodthirsty
I
sergeant!
told you not to attack. Oh, man. Wow. That was a bomb.
Taking a beating.
Hey, big ups to the stunt man.
Not good. Severe shock.
I would assume so.
You want us to bow down?
No, don't do it. Oh.
This is almost reminds me a little bit of Gary Mitchell.
But I feel like he's not going to kill them because he wants worshippers, you know?
That's a good point. But then again, he's got 400 other people on the ship.
You will learn discipline. You will learn...
That must have weakened him some way to use that energy.
Apollo looked very strange when he disappeared. Tired or in pain.
Might very well mean something.
If we all just take a couple more bumps, we'll weaken.
I can't get my arm to move.
Neural damage.
Scotty's gonna die by the end of this episode.
Yeah, this might be where his drinking comes.
If he sees him kissing her, it's over.
You said he looked pained and tired. If we can provoke him so that he strikes one of us again, there's a chance that he'll be drained enough so the rest of us can jump him.
That's what I just said.
I still say it can get us killed.
Not all of us, Bo.
Yeah, if it's the only way, somebody's got to... Scotty. You're already pretty weakened.
Oh, this is cool.
Speed is essential, Lieutenant.
If it isn't done just right, I could blow the entire communications system.
I can think of no one better equipped to handle it, Miss Uhura.
That was a great scene.
Yeah.
You know, she always stands up for herself, and I love that Spock's like, I can't think of anybody better to do this than you.
It's being a good leader.
Early season 1, Spock would have been like, I don't care, do it faster.
We're unable to break completely loose from this force field, but we might be able to punch some holes through it. Now, it might be done by generating a strong pinpoint charge of M rays on some of these selected wavelengths.
Right away, sir.
Yeah, of course.
He's like, got it.
I remembered all of that. He's in the turbolift. What the hell did he say? I'm loving, though, how Spock is delegating all these tasks.
I could sweep you out of existence with a wave of my hand and bring you back again. What else does mankind demand of its gods?
Mankind has no need for gods.
Approach me.
The guy playing Apollo is doing a great job delivering this dialogue.
We're busy.
Apollo has spoken! Go!
I wonder if she's figuring out what they're doing.
She probably thinks they're insane.
Mortal, you have earned this!
No, don't!
Lieutenant!
How can they worship you if you hurt them?
Lieutenant.
Oh, she's like ruining the plan.
I know.
Please don't hurt them.
I mean, but you can understand why she would.
I think she's trying her strategy, you know?
Well, yeah, she doesn't know
She
about
doesn't
their
know.
plans,
I know.
so,
I
yeah.
was debating if she was picking up on it, thinking they've come up with something. But we're kind of guessing here still.
Yeah.
You will dismantle your ship for the supplies you need. I shall be patient no longer.
Got any more good ideas, Jim?
Yes, I have. And it depends on the lieutenant's loyalty.
I offer them more than they could know. Not just the world, but all that makes it up.
I like that he's like thinking out his thoughts here, like almost as if he's looking for affirmation.
Yeah.
Like,
he seems almost like hurt, like emotionally by their lack of worship.
He's complex.
Yeah.
You shall complete me, and I you.
It seemed like she wanted that kiss.
Yeah. But also, it might be part of strategy here.
Yeah, hard to tell.
What's happened to her?
I'll find out.
Perhaps if I assisted.
How old are you?
22, sir.
Then I'd better handle it.
Kirk has had a lot more quips in this episode.
Yeah, they've been great.
Oh, yes, I'm all right. I have a message for you.
Uh-oh.
I don't like this tone of voice.
Yeah.
He wants us to live in peace. He'll give us everything we ever wanted.
Not the worst offer.
But if what you want is freedom.
We can't give him that worship. None of us can. Reject him. You must. You're special to him.
I love him.
Maybe she's being convinced here.
Yeah.
Or if she thinks he's watching this, or somehow.
Could be a lot of possibilities.
What you ask would break his heart. Now, how can I?
Give me your hand. Your hand.
Scotty, stay calm.
We're the same. Man or woman, it makes no difference. We're human. And the only thing that's truly yours is the rest of humanity.
Damn.
Just something small at stake here.
Great speech.
That was a good speech.
You have your orders.
Yes, sir. My orders and my duty.
You know, when they started talking, initially I was like, maybe Scotty should have been the one to do this, but nah, definitely Kirk should have been the one. Felt very grounded.
Like the words were theatrical, but he was more grounded was delivery.
Come in, Captain.
Kirk here.
Oh.
She did it.
Is there a structure of some sort near you?
Power emanates from there.
Have Mr. Sulu lock all phaser banks onto the structure. Cut it fine, we'll be standing nearby.
We've got to wait until Carolyn comes back before we fire on the temple.
I know, Scotty. We'll wait.
I think she's doing all right for herself right now.
I must get on with my work now. Well, surely you know I've only been studying you.
I don't believe it. You love me.
We've been here an hour.
Well, I could no more love you than I could love a new species of bacteria.
Is she able just to get back to them? Like,
I mean, she's somewhere on the planet, right? So presumably not too far away.
this looks cool.
Yeah, like they made everything dark.
Yeah.
Like, it looks great. Yeah, this actually looks really good.
Yeah. Again, he's like not just killing her. I feel like he's also showing off his power. And
Yeah, like he clearly would rather intimidate them into
Yeah.
worshiping him than kill them.
because he still wants worshippers.
Yeah. But I also feel like he legitimately thinks he's best for them.
Fire those faces. That's an order, Mr. Spock.
Get ready to take a bump, boys.
Oh, shit.
Only-
Yeah, he could have just walked around the rock.
I feel like the hand's weakening, it looks like.
Yeah. Looked like it was fading a little bit or something.
Are his beams hitting the Enterprise?
Yeah. He's like literally shooting at the Enterprise. Man, they really built up to that final scene with the shooting really well.
I would have loved you as a father loves his children.
You asked for something we can no longer give.
Carolyn, I've shown you my open heart. See what you've done to me.
Don't make her feel bad.
There is no room for gods. Take me.
Seems like he was like the last god clinging on to this idea.
I wish we hadn't had to do this.
Would it have hurt us, I wonder, just to have gathered a few laurel leaves?
Let's do the rating.
Yeah, sure. I'll start here. 4.5.
Well, wow. You're gonna go a little higher than me. I'm gonna go 4. But who knows? Last episode, we ended up raising our grade as we spoke about it.
I said in hindsight too, and I just think in my head at the time, I was like, I wasn't doing anything 5-star because I don't know, just in my head, I was like, that's not obtainable, which I think is not right because like City on the Edge of Forever, that's a 5, even though I said 4 or 5 initially. So kind of on my adjusted scale of 5 is definitely possible.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it as a 5 as like, what's perfect for me? Like something that I love that I have almost like no notes. You know what I mean? So yeah, 4.5. Tell me a little bit about it. Why 4.5? What you loved about it?
It was interesting. It was kind of suspenseful the entire time, I thought.
Yeah.
We didn't know what state she was in, if she really loved him, if this was a con on her kind to buy them time. Just kind of also up on the ship, them trying to get down there, like the scenes with Uhura. Sorry. I should know how to say it properly by now. But like the scenes with Spock taking command, them working from above, it felt like a lot was going on. It felt at all times like a lot was going on.
This episode has a ton of talking. A ton of exposition, but it feels
didn't feel like it though.
Exactly, it doesn't feel like it. There's always movement going on.
The entire time you're wondering, like we said, why doesn't he just kill them? Like he really seems to want them to stay on the planet.
Yeah, I mean, he's genuinely heartbroken at the end.
Yeah, and he's kind of his intentions, well, not right on his end. I could see how he's justifying what he's trying to do.
He thinks them worshiping him and being with him is best for them.
Yeah.
He genuinely believes that. I love Spock delegating on the bridge. Sulu gets to do a bunch of stuff. this is the most she's gotten to do. I mean, she fixes the communications array so that she can get around a god.
Even, and also, I mean, it had humor in the right places, I thought, early on. And then even on, I really feel like in these 2 episodes of this season, Kirk is immediately like, maybe that was like a note at the end of the first season, like Shatner, like, we love obviously everything you're doing with Kirk and the way he talks and commands. They're like, well, let's just throw in a few more. People seem to like when you make a joke, kind of like Bones. So,
and maybe, Shatner's own natural charisma, the writers see that and they go, hey, let's play to that.
Yeah, of course. And it's not overdoing it where Kirk's making a joke about like everything, but I feel like he's a little lighter in these last, at more moments.
And the thing is, like Shatner in real life, like, I'm sure eventually you'll watch some interviews with him.
He's probably a ham.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He's a naturally charismatic, funny guy. So
he's probably excited to deliver this kind of...
But by the way, speaking of delivering, the guest star that played Apollo,
he was very good,
and a lot of that dialogue was so like theatrical and over the top. It could have come off really badly, but
like worship me, whatever.
But like he made it work every time.
I think so too, and you do, like I said, feel some empathy, and again, as opposed to some of the other planets they go to and aliens they're attacking that are just threatening to harm them, to wipe out humanity, to destroy the Federation and stuff. It's like, at least you kind of see where he's coming from.
Yeah,
it's not...
and again, like, he's the villain, but he's not really a villain. Like, he in his mind really does think he's doing what's best. He's a complex character. You mentioned that during it.
Yeah, and even at the end, I really liked the... this is why I give it a high rating, the philosophical discussion where he said... I thought that this was like one of those speaking on world values. It's like, yes, he's like, it's a shame the Greeks gave us so much, but essentially, to sum it up, he's like, we have outgrown worshiping mythical gods.
Yeah.
And even commenting, we only need one, since most of the world,
I wonder
the way the world was at the time.
I really wonder if Kirk's saying that we only need the one, or the one does us fine. If the network saw the script and they're like, oh, you're saying you've outgrown gods, you better put in something about worshiping a god.
Just to throw that line in there, maybe.
So, I don't know. It could be wrong. I'm sure in the comments we'll find out.
I thought that was an interesting reflection. Like, it worked for a more primitive time, but as we evolved. And I think that was another commentary on how society was evolving at the time.
I agree.
Significantly. I mean, even if you think at this time, when this came out in the late 60s, if you were like a 90-year-old man or something, the amount of evolution and science and technology, I'm just saying, say you were born in 1890 or something, and you're a network executive, and it's like, we have evolved in the last 70 years. Let's imagine what's next.
Yeah. Man, that's, I never really thought about that. Like, if you're like a 60 or 70-year-old executive, you were born in the late 1800s during the show.
I mean, aviation.
Yeah,
TV,
so much happened in those 100 years.
2 wars of mass humanity. I mean, and that's only, that must...
Yeah, that's crazy to think about, actually. A lot of times now we say, I'm sure you've seen the memes like, oh, I'm tired of living through a generational event every couple of months, because so much is going on in the world, but they've really went through a lot of changes.
And if you think about it, it's extraordinary. If aviation, in my opinion, doesn't begin until 1903, then you're able to develop submarines and, weapons of war. Mm-hmm. Then by the 50s and 60s, you're going into space, and that's in a span of 1903 to the 60s.
Yeah.
It's scary to think
the amount
the
of
next
progress.
60 years also, what's to come. It's like, okay, like in more 60 years, we'll have a colony on Mars and it's not a big deal.
Maybe. I mean, whatever comes, hopefully, whatever technologies we develop, we have the wisdom as a culture and society and humanity to use it well.
I think that's a theme going on today with nuclear weapons and things of that
AI.
Yeah. So that's the fact that this is provoking all this conversation, and
remember we said this is going to be a short discussion.
I think we're going to wrap it up here pretty soon. But I mean, everything we're talking about was very applicable when this came out, and it's pertinent 70 years later.
It's amazing how like an episode about something as like on paper silly as Kirk finds the real Apollo, ends up being this deep philosophical episode.
Yeah.
I just want to touch on a couple other things.
It also didn't force any of these subjects, I feel. I feel like just naturally watching this,
everything was developed organically.
Yeah.
I love that we also got to see a lot of Scotty this episode.
Yeah.
Chekhov, I think
hope he's okay physically.
Chekhov, I think, came off much better this episode.
I think so too.
Yeah, and they established he's supposed to be young.
Yeah, I like that. So maybe exactly like
softening up on Chekhov a little bit.
I guess a bit of comedic humor at times.
I like how he was because he makes a joke about the Cheshire Cat story really being a Russian story, even though it's not. So that was kind of cute that, because obviously he's Russian. I also love the scene with Kirk and I can't remember her name, the lieutenant, the blonde lieutenant.
Caroline?
Yes, that's her name.
Is it
Yeah,
Caroline?
Yeah, it was Caroline.
Yeah.
Caroline, something like that. But when he sits her down and gives her the big speech about humanity and what we are,
he delivered that very well.
Great speech, and she also performed very well too in her role.
And also, I'm still even not clear 100% if she had to be convinced in that speech or what. I'm leaning toward that. At first, I didn't know if maybe because he was saying "I see all." Well, obviously not, because
Yeah, he obviously has limits to his powers.
No, because in all those scenes when he was gone, they're coming over the planets. He was with her, not
drained.
not watching them, and it drained him. So he was recharging or whatever.
Yeah, great episode.
Even the scene with the wind and the hurricane.
Yeah, and they always had a tree in the background moving, which was
it
nice.
looked cool.
When Apollo turns the sky dark, that looked pretty cool.
I think very strong episode.
I agree. I was wondering how you would take the space hand coming up because it's so dumb. But they made it work.
Yeah, they did.
It's so wild.
Just another way of showing they're trapped, though.
Yeah. It's so wild how this show makes, goofy sounding concepts. Like if somebody told you, hey, Mike, in this episode, Kirk's going to meet the actual Greek god Apollo.
And a giant hand's going to be holding the ship. If somebody told me that on a show today that I didn't know or something, I'd be like, yeah, it sounds thrilling.
You'd be like, well, I better get drunk before this episode,
I don't have much else to say. I liked it. It was a solid episode. Hope you do too. Leave the comments. Excited to hear about it.
All right, so we're going to go through some of your comments for Who Mourns for Adonais. Again, if you want us to read your comments, please keep an eye out for YouTube community posts, where as the season goes on and we're filming it, we'll ask for your comments. This first comment comes from Big Gator 5. Although Apollo was super wrong, you can't help but feel for his tragic tale. The web series Star Trek Continues has a fascinating sequel to this episode that includes the actor Michael Forrest, who reprises his role of Apollo. I don't know if you remember, I showed you
You showed me a clip.
Like a minute.
A minute.
Yeah.
And we commented, he's still in pretty good shape.
Yeah. Well, I showed Mike, just to clarify, a minute or two from that Star Trek Continues episode.
I can't wait till we watch. I remember we were like, oh, we have to watch this at some point. This will be great.
It's so funny because, I think, the first 30 or 45 seconds of it didn't have, any of the series regulars on there. So you were like, this isn't just an episode of TOS, and then once the guy playing Kirk comes on screen, then it's like, oh, okay, this is obviously not William Shatner.
But it looks good. I remember I was impressed by. I'm like, damn, what kind of budget do they have for this?
Yeah, and I was like,
did they buy some of the old equipment or something?
No, they made all this stuff.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and I remember you were like, so this is like an official show. I'm like, no, this is fan made, and you're like, what?
But it looked great. I mean, he looked great, and yeah, to go back to the comment, his story, it had a lot of shades of gray where you don't know how you feel. We said this was an episode, and there's been a couple episodes like this where literally he just said, I want you to stay on the planet and enjoy I think he did say worship him, but besides that.
He does want to be worshipped.
But what does that mean? It's not like he was having him do manual labor or something. I'm like, right. It was a nice planet, and you did have some sympathy or empathy. Maybe sympathy.
Yeah, empathy. Empathy is the right word. Yeah, and it's you've mentioned this a few times that there's often themes of loneliness in some of these Star Trek episodes, and basically Apollo is lonely.
Yeah.
Next comment comes from Ignoble Savage 1. Intriguing story about the old Greek gods from Mount Olympus actually being space aliens that were worshipped by primitive early humans. There may even be a kernel of truth in this idea, considering all the strange deities humans considered to be gods over the millennia. I don't know about that, but it is a really fun twist on that, and kind of as kind of an explanation, I guess. It's like Ancient Aliens before Ancient Aliens, the TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I have anything to add, but interesting insight.
Yeah. All right, this next comment comes from Shannon Bailey 3684. Funny enough, talking a little bit more about Star Trek Continues. Michael Forrest, who played Apollo, appears again many years later as Apollo once again in the excellent Star Trek Continues episode Pilgrim of Eternity. And then they put in parentheses, seriously, a true season 4. It's so well done. Somebody replied to Shannon named Rick-C5S. Yes! Exclamation mark and capitalized. Emphatically yes. That fan series is excellent. It features some TOS writers and actors. Amazing production. So yeah, we've gotten several comments about Star Trek Continues before.
And when was it though? Was it in the early 2000s? I'm trying to remember.
I want to say it was like 2011 or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like
I can check real quick.
When you showed me that quick clip though, you said it was like, I don't know, 12 to 15 years ago. So not terribly long ago.
2013 it looks like, but I also believe it took like 4 years for all the episodes to come out. Yeah, from what I'm seeing here. So it was filmed over. It's only 11 episodes, but it was filmed over a little bit of time. You and I have both talked about at some point watching, maybe the whole thing, maybe a few. Obviously, once we're done with TOS.
Yeah, it might be worth doing maybe before we jump into the movies, or we like alternate the first couple movies with a couple of these.
I would say we would have to wait till at least the first movie, because the series basically goes into just before the first movie.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like, this is what happened before the movie.
Okay. I mean, that's interesting. I'm excited.